everybody. My name is Tucker, and welcome back to our Russian Fishing for Float Fishing character. Today we are back at Donet. I know I said I was probably going to go somewhere else, but didn't see anything super interesting, so I decided to go with some of our bigger gear here at Donet, so hopefully we don't lose equipment. So I'm not using the ultralight rods. I'm using kind of the one step above the starter rod. Mainly been doing some bottom fishing here overnight. Didn't get anything super interesting other than a 447 gram nace a second ago on bottom rods. And then when I saw the chub bite, I figured it was time to bring everything in. So I got a chub on float. Did get a 1 kilo a 1 kilo Ida on bottom rod as well too. So here's what we caught. All of these up till this chub were on bottom rod, and then that rough was also on bottom rod that you saw. So we'll see what we can do. It is about I missed that fish because I was looking at a clock. It is about 7:15 in the evening my time on Friday night. So hopefully things go well. It's been a weird day. We had some pretty good storms here, and I had a large chunk of tree fall in my front yard. And when I went out there, I flipped it over, and there was a huge woodpecker hole in there. I wear a size 13 shoe, and it was about the size of my foot in the log. So what I thought was a woodpeckering on my metal siding this spring turned out to be a woodpecker pecking a hole in a tree. So also looks like there may be a burn mark on it, so I'm not sure if it got hit by lightning or not. I'm gonna have to chop it up hopefully tomorrow. Depends on how things go. We do have some more rain coming, so gonna have to chop things up, but it's pretty well rotten. So luckily was able to drag it out of my driveway so I can clear my driveway, because otherwise it would not be fun. Luckily when it fell, it split into about 4 or 5 pieces, because it was so rotten. And interestingly enough, the end pieces that were the thinnest were by far the heaviest, because they were not rotten. And it's interesting as well because the parts that were further from the trunk were still alive, still green. So it's kind of funny to see the parts that were real close to the trunk be as rotten as it turned out to be. That's why I'm thinking it's more than just the giant pecker hole. Oh, that fish was on game. I'm upset. It's the second time I've had a fish on the float rod that somehow magically wasn't. There's a Clupnella. I did not see the size because I saw a bite here and I wanted to get it. Looks like another chub. Yep, 634 gram chub. It was a 12 gram Clupnella, so not quite even a marker. Clupnellas are small fish, so I think 12 is not a marker, 13 is, and 14 or 15 is a trophy. Looks like a decent bream. Not quite. 681 grams. All right, now that we're actually seeing some activity, I want to go back to casters here. I don't know if I said it. I do have this at basically a 1 meter depth. I think I went with 96 centimeters, and we're at 69,156. So on the map, just right next to town. We fished this spot a few times recently. I may bring the bottom rods in and put out another float rod, and kind of switch back and forth. We'll see. I do have red worms on the bottom rod and had been using maggots on the float rod, but just switch back over to casters. Casters is what I really want to be using here. That looked like it might have been a nibble on the float rod. That looked like another good nace. 262 gram nace, and I saw we got up to 67%. That's not O Tucker. 67% on bottom fishing. At this rate, I did not expect to grab this fish. I was just picking the rod up, and turns out there was a nice rud on there. 798 gram rud. I'm thinking about just putting red worm on the float rod at this point. Nice Donets are off there by RK Toddle. Not quite a trophy, but 111 gram Donets is worth a good amount. Did hear a lot of jingling. So I think there may be a small fish on one of these rods. If anything, I think it's going to be two. There's definitely a fish on two. And it was a 55 gram nace. A little bit of a step over here. Just had it where I couldn't put rods down because they were all too close to each other. Part of it is I keep turning with this rod and I need to stay more facing straight ahead. Especially because this rod the float will get past the ferns, reeds, whatever you want to call the foliage there. And I can't see it unless I'm holding it. So I may take even a bigger step over. I think I am. If I go right around here, should be able to put it down facing straight out and be able to see it the whole time. Been a weird day for the dog too, with the tree limb falling. And me having to go out and deal with that while he just watched. I was not in the mood to risk him jumping a fence while I was dealing with that. And I didn't want him out next to me because I was rolling it over and I didn't want to roll it over on him and hurt him. Small nace. On the other bottom rod, we've got a... looks like another chub. Yep. Casters are not doing anything. Let's try red worm. Or if you look at VK, it shows up as dung worm. So now we have red worm on all the rods. I probably scared it off there. Nope. Gotcha. 710 gram eyed. Ooh. Arcade Tuttle with a nice Shemaya. 252 grams. $143 Nace. With the weather blowing through, I've got a bit of a cough again. And probably messing around with half rotten tree log. There's one sleepy dog. Oh. Yeah, we're okay. Maybe not. I do have a small hook on here, so I'm kind of surprised whatever this is pulling as much drag as it is. Nice 405 gram Terran on the float rod. Size 24 hook, this is going to be a decent fish. .278 eyed. And over on the other bottom rod, we got a leak. Yep. Come on, fish. I see that thing nibbling on one there, maybe. Yeah, oh, definitely nibbling, but missed it. Heard a text message on my phone, was trying to figure out what it was. And it's a good old spam. Do you want to sell your house? Text. I don't understand how those make anybody any money. 629 gram eyed. Don't know who in their right mind would sell a house to an unsolicited text message. This makes no sense to me, but evidently someone does because I get 2 to 5 a week. And if no one does, it wouldn't happen. Especially for as long as it has been. That looked like a nice fish. 340 gram Nace on float, 796 XP, and we're up to 73.2 on the float. But I've been getting those since before the world ended, really. So least it's moved from unsolicited phone calls to unsolicited text messages. That's a nice sunfish, 100 grams, right on the dot. I know what that is. Looks like we're just over 3/4 of the way to level 25. I don't think anything opens at 25. I know we're looking for 26 for match rods and for unlocking amber. We still have a ways to go there. Oh, I said unlocking match rods. That's not true. We already have match rods unlocked, but the match rods I want, we need to be level 26 for. Which means I need to save up some silver. Because I want 2 match rods. That means I need 2 bigger reels. You don't know match rods, they are basically carp fishing bolo rods. Nice roach there. So you can cast them out and then have a float that goes straight down rather than cast them out like a bottom rod and it just goes straight. So we got a ways to go before we'll be able to afford them like I want, but we'll get there. And I do kind of want 2 to 3 of them when I get it. Is this another Clubnella? Nope, little white eye. I'm not sure. I just thought of this. Do I actually have? No, I only have monofilament on here. I don't have um the fluorocarbon like I thought. That might actually be limiting things. What do I have on here? Looks like similar. Yeah, monofilament there too. So monofilament is a little bit visible to fish in the water, unlike fluorocarbon. But at this point, I don't think I'm going to buy fluorocarbon for that rod. I don't know. I got to think on that. I honestly thought I already had fluorocarbon on that rod. I could put a fluorocarbon leader on, but I don't like leaders and bolo fishing. Or not bolo fishing. I was watching this fish bite and thinking if it was time to grab it, float rod fishing, telescopic fishing. Little Nace. Little dog snore. We're 20 minutes in. We got 31 fish. Not too bad. Sorry about the badongs there. I was trying to mute and kept hitting the wrong button. Had to clear my throat real quick. Oops. Trying to figure out why both my phones just made noise. Nice sunfish there. 89 grams. Third of 1,000 XP. What do we have here? On rod 2, we have... That looks like a mussel. Looks like a river mussel. 40-gram river mussel. Rod 3 is getting a nibble. I don't think there's anything on it yet, though. And I can kind of see the float rod, or the float through the weeds there, but I can see the line. So if the line drops, I know there'll be a fish on there. Come on, fishy fish. Looks like there might be a nibble on one right now. Might just be kind of flicking at the end of the cast, though. Come on, fish. Come on, fish. And let's go ahead and recast the float rod. It is the hottest part of the day, so I'm not entirely surprised it's slow. Three's got a bite on it. Or not, it just went completely slack like there was a bite on it. And there it was. I just had to keep reeling it. I don't know if you saw it there, but the float laid over and started swimming. That's why I switched over to it quickly. Got a information chub out of it. Nice 72-gram river mussel. $241-gram nace on the float rod. Come on, fishy fish. Gotcha. Ooh, another rud. 347. Decent fish here, but not too big. Probably a chub or a bream. Hornide. 757 chub. 199 gram nace, 67.1% on the bottom fishing. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of happy my float is still above my bottom fishing percentage. Especially since a lot of times I've been using two bottom rods, so I probably caught more fish on bottom than I have float. Actually curious about that. Does it tell me? Nope, I got 5,900 on telescopic and 4,300 on feeder, 500 on bolo rod. Evidently, I caught 82 on a pilker. Oh, that's when we did the trip out to the ocean, Norwegia, and then 2 on spin fishing. One of them was, I still remember it. I started in the middle of the night in the rain, and everyone always says that it used to be you were guaranteed to catch a fish when you got to your spin fishing tutorial. They've changed the tutorial system since then, but I fished for probably 45 minutes before I actually got my first bite on spin on this character. I can't remember how long it was, but it was stupid long. I actually labeled the first episode and the first thing I ever uploaded as episode 0 because of how stupid that was. It was probably about a year ago at this point now. I honestly don't know when I uploaded my first video. I want to say it was in October. I'm gonna have to look. I'm curious now. There's a fish on 3. Looks like a smaller nace. It was. I was kind of taking a shot in the dark there. I saw the float, or I saw the line going down and thought there was a good chance I'd get the fish, but it is what it is. And I just looked up my channel. The first video I uploaded was October 2nd, so we're coming up on 1 year. Appreciate those of you who've been around forever. Appreciate the new ones. Actually, haven't checked past couple days how many subscribers I'm at. Kind of slowed down. Not entirely surprised. We're up to 331 subscribers as of right now. Yeah, only 14 in the past 30 days increase, but a little bit of a niche game. And recently, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I've been catching a lot of good fish, so not as many good episodes, but it is what it is there. And I've said this many, many times. Excuse me, my voice went away there. I've said it many times. This is a hobby for me. I'm not looking to make money. I don't make any money off any of the videos. You got to have over 1,000 subscribers for that to even be a possibility. So, just more of a fun thing. And again, I am trying to show off what it's like to be a free to play person. So, I'm not looking for gifts or anything like that. I have bought a couple things. I did buy some gold bait for the Norwegian sea trip. And then I think I bought premium during the holiday event because there was bonuses to do that. And honestly, if I'm playing the game to play the game, not to kind of do recordings and do a free to play character, I would, especially at the stage I'm at here, consider premium. Early on, I don't think premium helps you a lot. 361 gram mace there. Nice Nice and ace on float fishing. Early on, I don't think premium helps you a lot because you're already leveling up pretty quickly, and you get to a stage where your gear, what you can afford gear wise, doesn't match what your skill level and experience level in game is. Whereas at this stage of the game, you know, we've been level 24 for God, feels like a month or two at this point. I honestly don't know. I wonder if I actually included level 24 in the title when I got it. 289 gram Nace. On bottom rod, I thought I saw the float drop. That's why I picked the rod up, but I didn't. Ooh, that went down quick, and as soon as I picked it up, it was already off. One of the downsides of putting the float rod down is once the fish bites, usually a pretty quick thing. That looked like a rud. Nope, it was a Terran. It's close. Honestly, I just saw the red and figured we had a rud. Wait for it. Wait for it. Gotcha. That looked like either a perch or a nace. I didn't get a good look. It was a perch. 224 gram perch. Come on, fish. I'm looking at my playlist for my float character to see when I got to level 24, if I included it in the title. And I'm looking at episode 222. That is at least is at least 240 episodes or uploaded videos in the playlist. So my numbering is definitely off. I need to go fix that. I may have to do that this weekend. That's the one thing I know I'm bad about is I'll always switch the title to something new, but I usually forget to switch the number. Little gudgeon there. Come on, fish. Yeah, there's a decent one on the bottom rod. Small nace, not quite a marker. I don't know why it feels like it's been a lot longer than it has. This worries me. The Donet's curse continues. My God, that was a big one. That was a 4.8 kilo line that it broke. Oh man, Donet's curse. At least he didn't get the float this time. I'm just glad I muted when I did. I think you could tell when I'm staring up at the sky there. I was kind of doing that in real life too. That looked like a gudgeon. Yep, another 15-gram gudgeon. Small chub. On. Give me a decent fish to wrap things up. Since a fish already stole equipment yet again. There's a nace pie. We'll go for a little bit longer before I wrap it up. Man, that's frustrating. Either I didn't include when I got up to level 24, or it was a lot further back than I thought it was. Yeah, I've got episode 238 and I've got 254 videos updated, so that should be 253. So I'm 15 episodes behind, and I got to go figure out where I forgot to increase the number. I want to say I leveled up at the Norwegian Sea, so I want to say that was back in June. I am watching the float because it does look like it's getting nibbled. Was. 431-gram rud. $400-gram bream. Nothing special. Just missed a fish. I didn't see it drop until it was too late. I thought I saw it drop, that's why I picked the rod up, but by the time I had the rod in my hand, it was already coming back up. Did see drifting with current just drop, so I think there's something nibbling it again. Either that or we're actually dragging the bottom, both of which are very possible. And I pulled this one out of the fish's mouth. I think that's going to go and wrap it up. We got 52 fish. Not bad. Not bad at all. Right, buddy? Stretch, roll half upside down, and be a happy dog. We will take a quick look at the cafe as we run by here. I don't think we got 4 roaches. We did get a 710 gram eyed. I'm actually curious. So 710 gram eyed or 20. And it was a 700 gram was the cutoff. So it's 450 and we're getting 20 silver for it. So that's a 4 times increase. That's definitely worth it. I think we only got 1 Clubnella. Didn't get a Xander, didn't get a Grassy. We didn't get a big Volgazander, no Zebra Mussels, no Pike, and no Trophy Shemayas. So 20 silver plus, I think we're over 100. I'm going to say 110 for 130 silver total. And I'm not too far off. 114. The 447 gram Nace was the best fish of the day. That does get me up over 1,000 silver again. So I'm happy, even though I lost more equipment again. The Donet's curse continues, but we'll be back again tomorrow over on the spin character, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye now.